Hello, my name is Charlie Carlton, and I was a part of the forensics entomology laboratory with Dr. Hans through these past weeks. So Dr. Hans hosts the Forensics Entomology Research and Teaching Laboratory. Her lab's social grant challenges focus on the doing experiments that could possibly aid in forensics cases. These past 7 weeks were focused on interviewing the professor and research students, reading articles, and being a part of the lab meeting. So Dr. Hans works with blowflies, mostly Formia regina, who are the first to show up for decomposition, to figure out the time of death and provide a timeline of when blowflies and other insects are active with human decomposition. They also discuss different methods of forensics entomology. First, behavior that she specializes in is the number of eggs laid on the body and locations that the eggs are laid on can depend on other species involved. Second, concealment, like carpet with open ends, plastic bags with a top knot, or suitcase zippers are all entry points for insects to get to the remains. Third, chemicals, how the killer tends to the smell of decomposition. Fourth, burial to keep insects out. And fifth, other methods like aquatics and patterns of seasons. So evaluating different research meetings, like attending a lab meeting, which consists of the professor and the student researchers, and they discuss what is happening in the upcoming semester. So Dr. Hans goes with this meeting by asking her students what they need from her and gives them feedback with each of their projects. Aubrey Williams assists with Tyome's pig decomposition while she works on her concrete concealment project. Vanessa Cooper starts developing survey measures for rearing protocols to figure out what other forensic scientists use as their rearing sources, like honey, sugar cubes, liver, etc., and asks NAFTA for their protocols so they can be on the same wavelength. Lastly, Tammy Rivera focused on her committee meeting presentation about the application of carbon dots to detect drugs and other chemicals at a crime scene, which is similarly related to her research. And I also read a research article that discussed the biodiversity and distribution of forensics blowflies that can aid in legal investigations. So this experiment lasted within 14 months that surveyed blowflies with baited pork kidneys. And they observed them 24 hours twice a month at the Anthropology Center at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Tennessee. So they collected blowfly community composition, species abundance, richness, and diversity by the season, and it provides a baseline knowledge for forensics relevant blowfly species and that are associated with human decomposition to determine which blowflies should be more focused on for further research. So, as I said before, I spoke with the student researchers, which first one is undergraduate Aubrey Williams, has a major in biochemistry with a minor in forensics, and her research is once again pig decomposition within concrete. It was really interesting because she tested how this type of burial will affect the decomposition process. So she buried two pigs, one inside concrete, the other one a control with like on normal ground. And then she, at intervals, she excavates the specimens to see how the decomposition process is slowed. The second one is master graduate student Vanessa Cooper, undergraduate degree in medical laboratory science with a minor in forensics. Then she transferred into the forensics entomology degree. Her research is where she collects data from students to see how they are doing in forensics and entomology classes from the Scholarship for Teaching and Learning program. Also, she is still working on the rearing protocol survey to send out to NAFTA. Lastly, the PhD student Tyomi Rivera has a bachelor's degree in Puerto Rico, a master's in molecular biology, and then decided to go to Purdue for her PhD degree in forensics. Her research is to test blowflies with pesticides from the pyrethroid and neonicotinoids, which can help in two ways. First, if a field is covered in pesticides that the body is turned into, what types of insects might come? Second, if the killer sprays the body with pesticides, it could affect the insect's viviposition and development. So these interviews of types of research, review of articles, and attendance to lab meetings are involved in the forensics research teaching laboratory program. This addresses the challenge by helping other forensic scientists have information that can be useful in the field and have a set procedure to use repeatedly for each case. I learned there's so many ways to use forensics entomology in various methods. Also, I learned how to attend the lab meetings, to present and review committee meetings properly for the future if I wanted to attain a PhD. Thank you so much for listening.